Alright guys, Jameson and Alex here. Today we're going to be going over all 21 Primal Exploit options for the Beastheart class by Matt Colville.
Yes.
So, if you haven't watched the Beastheart overview video, make sure you go back and watch that so you know what these are even about.
Yes.
But basically they are the Beastheart's version of invocations.
That's
like Warlock.
Really the best way to describe
They are
them,
a mixture of a variety of utility options, abilities, things like that you can choose to enhance and further customize the class of the Beastheart.
That's right.
A la how invocations work for the Warlock. This is the best comparison.
That's right.
So, before we get into it, don't forget we have our D&D Beyond Players Bundle. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to be entered in that.
That's right.
And of course, thank you to our sponsors, Hit Point Press. Make sure you're always checking out their stuff. We will have a link in the description down below. Make sure you click it, check it out. It helps us. It shows us that you're interested. It shows them that you're interested in us and that we're interested in them and that we're good to work with and we can bring you guys more stuff because they're getting us more stuff. So yeah. It helps us. It helps them. Support the channel. Thank you for checking out the link down below. So,
okay.
All that being said, let's jump straight into it. Alex, Primal Exploits.
Okay, so skipping the level 1 stuff with the Beastheart and going right to level 2, Primal Exploits. You learn to channel your companion's fury into extraordinary deeds called Primal Exploits, which are fueled by your companion's ferocity. You learn 3 primal exploits of your choice, detailed below. You learn 2 additional exploits of your choice at 10 and 17. Whenever you gain a level in this class, you can choose one of your primal exploits you know and replace it with another one, for which you have the appropriate Beastheart level, because like a lot of the invocations, some of them are locked behind certain level requirements, so you have access to them. All exploits require you to spend your companion's ferocity to use them. Your companion must be within 60 feet of you to use an exploit and must have ferocity at least equal to the exploit's cost, which makes sense. The companion loses ferocity equal to the cost when you use the exploit. Also makes sense because it's a resource. Yes. You can use your exploit even if your companion is unconscious as long as they have the appropriate ferocity, which is interesting. You can use an exploit while your companion has entered... Oh, you can't use it while it's entered a rampage. That's just a thing. Yes. Some exploits allow a companion to make a signature attack. The signature attack can't be modified with additional exploits or used as part of a ferocity action.
Right. So basically you're going to get the one use for it.
Yeah. Your exploit save DC is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier. Saving throws for your exploits use your exploit save DC even if the action that triggers the saving throw is undertaken by your companion. Your exploit save DC also adjust the DC of your companion's ferocity actions. See the superior ferocity below.
Yes. So, actually jumping into the Primal Exploits, which again, as a reminder on here, you get 3 at level 2, and then 2 at level 10, and 2 at 17 for a total of 7.
Which is a third of your choices.
There you go. So, starting off at the top here, we have Aid Us, Friend. 3 Ferocity. You can activate this exploit whenever you take the attack action. Before or after your attack, your companion can take the help action as a bonus action. So it's just going to be a nice way to give advantage to you or an ally. So it gives you some utility options on there. Then we have Bring Them Down for 4 Ferocity. When your companion hits a creature with their signature attack, you can use your reaction to command the companion to yank the target down. The target must succeed on a strength save or fall prone. Always good to have options to knock characters or targets prone. Makes melee attacks really effective, although the asterisk I always have to throw in there is ranged attacks not so helpful for that. Yep. Then we have Drag Them for 4 Ferocity. When your companion hits a large or smaller creature with their signature attack and both the companion and the target are standing on the ground, you can use your reaction to command your companion to move the target. The target must make a strength save. On a fail, the companion moves up to half their walking speed in any direction you choose and pulls the target with it. So just some battlefield control, being able to move targets around can be really impactful for lining up targets for maybe a spellcaster's laser beam or AoE spell. And
maybe you can actually pull something in range of another enemy that's also 5 feet, so you actually do like the whole whirlwind attacks, like Jameson always complains about.
Yes, because it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, there's another target within 5 feet of itself. Like
right.
He's like, and place it here.
So once you
and
do
hit
some
multiple-
setup,
yeah.
basically some
Yeah,
setup.
you can actually get some actual cleave in 5th edition, which is a rare concept,
Yeah.
especially for melee anyway. Next up, we have Feral Reflexes, which cost 2 ferocity. When you or your companion is hit by an attack, you can use a reaction to increase the target's AC by 2 against a triggering attack. Simple enough.
It's like a mini shield.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up is Hurricane Blow for 3 ferocity. You can activate this exploit whenever you take the attack action. The first time you hit a creature with a weapon attack this turn, the attack deals its normal effects, and you can push the target up to 10 feet away. No save or anything. Again, like James said, battlefield movement, force people to go different directions.
Yeah.
We also have No Escape, which is 1+ ferocity. You'll explain that in just a second. At the start of your turn, when your companion gains ferocity and doesn't enter a rampage, you can spend up to your wisdom modifier in ferocity, minimum of 1, no action required, till the start of your next turn. Your speed or your companion's speed increases by 5 times the ferocity spent. So if you spend 2, it's going to be 5 times 2 for 10 total feet.
There you go. So some mobility on the battlefield.
That's correct.
Then we have Primal Pounce for 3 ferocity. When your companion hits a target creature with their signature attack, you can use your reaction to command the companion to grapple the target. Target must make a dex saving throw. On a fail, the companion grabs the target, and the target is grappled. Escape DC equal to your exploit save DC. The grapple also ends if your companion attacks a creature other than the target. So there is a little bit of asterisk on there where the grapple can end. But if you're grappling something, you're typically wanting to focus on that thing that's grappled or try to hinder them from combat.
Yep.
So some options on there. Then we have Quick Hide for 2 ferocity. Mm-hmm. You can activate this exploit whenever you take the attack action. First time you hit a creature with a weapon attack this turn, your companion can take the hide action as a reaction if they are able to hide. So depending on how you order the turn, your creature could hide, get advantage for their attack when it comes up afterwards, and still have all that fun stuff to do. Then we have Thrash for 4 ferocity. When your companion hits a large or smaller creature with a melee signature attack, you can use your reaction to command the companion to thrash the target from side to side, forcing them to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failure, the target has disadvantage on attack rolls, and the attack rolls against the target have advantage until the start of your next turn. So a good buff and debuff.
Love that.
For that. So I think that's a pretty solid one in there.
Yep. That ends the list of ones you can have available starting off at level 2. The next chunk will be for level 10 requirement in order for you to have access to those. Starting off with Crushing Charge, which cost 8 ferocity. And you'll notice a lot of these, the cost will start coming up. We had 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. We're going to start getting up in cost as we climb the ladder a little bit, and effectiveness as well. As an action, you move up to your speed in a straight line without provoking opportunity attacks. You can move through other creature spaces, but must end your move in an unoccupied space. Each creature in a space you move through, except your companion, must make a strength saving throw. On a failure, a creature takes 4d6 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. On a success, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't knocked prone. When you reach 17th level, the damage increases to 5d6. So just a chance to run through and knock people on their butts, and you run through them and get a little bludgeoning damage as well of it. Again, more chances to knock prone. Next up is Expanding Fury for 6 ferocity. When your companion uses a ferocity action that affects creatures within a specific distance of the companion, you can use your reaction to expand that distance by 10 feet. Okay. Further increasing the effectiveness of some other abilities. Kind of cool, some built-in synergy there.
Yeah, for sure.
That'll come into play later. And next up is Furious Vengeance for 5 ferocity. When a creature hits you or your companion with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to deal 4d6 psychic damage to the attacker. When you reach 17th level, this damage increases to 5d6. So a psychic-based hellish rebuke of sorts.
Yes. Very interesting on there.
Yep.
Then we also have Marked Prey for 4 ferocity on the cheaper end of this higher tier. Mm-hmm. When your companion uses a ferocity action that requires a creature to make a saving throw, you can use your reaction to impose a disadvantage on the save. So that could definitely help you make some of those prones or AoE abilities that some of the companions have on there.
That's right.
You also have Primal Shout for 6 ferocity. As an action, you let loose a menacing bellow. Each creature of your choice that can hear you within 15 feet must make a wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you until the end of your next turn. Or, lastly, for the level 10 category on here is Wrath of the Pact for 4 ferocity. When you hit a creature with an attack, and that creature is within 5 feet of your companion, you can have your companion make a signature attack against the creature, no action required. On a hit, the attack deals its normal effect, and the target is knocked prone. So, essentially, that'll let them follow up with their actual signature attack, because it's a free signature that knocks them prone.
That's right. Next up is the level 17 locked behind requirement-based Primal Exploits. Yeah, that. And I mentioned about the cost scaling up.
Yes.
Stuff about to get expensive. So, first up we have Bloodsport, which costs 16 ferocity. When you hit a large or smaller creature with a melee weapon attack, you can also push the target up to 30 feet away from you and knock them prone. If the target ends this move within 5 feet of your companion, the companion can make a signature attack against the target, no action required. On a hit, the attack deals its normal effects and target is pushed up to 30 feet away from your companion. If the target ends this move within 5 feet of you, you can make a melee weapon attack against them, no action required, and this deals an extra 4d6 damage if it hits.
Whoa, things are getting wild real quick.
So some DM-approved blood pinball.
Knock them around, jeez.
All right.
It's crazy.
We also have Break the Earth for 14 ferocity. As an action, you can open up a 10-foot radius pit in the ground, floor, or other surface within 60 feet of you. The pit can be up to 50 feet deep, depending on the depth beneath the surface where it is open. Each creature standing in the area when the pit opens must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failure, a creature falls into the pit, taking 1d6 bludgeoning damage per 10 feet fallen and landing prone. On a success, the creature moves to an unoccupied space of their choice at the edge of the pit. A creature can climb the rough walls of the pit without an ability check.
All right.
Woo. And next up is Bury the Dead, and you got it. It's 16 ferocity again. This is probably my favorite one. When you and your companion are within 5 feet of a creature, you can use an action to cause a vicious whirlwind filled with debris and dirt to rise around the creature, which must make a dexterity saving throw. Why did I get DC? I don't know. With too much reading. Again, on a failure, the creature takes 8d6 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone and is restrained. Woo. On a success, the creature target takes half as much damage. It isn't knocked prone or restrained. A creature restrained in this way can use an action to make an athletics check against your exploit save DC, freeing themselves on a success.
Gosh, restrained in prone.
Yep.
And you have to use an action to break it?
Yeah.
Yikes, you just go straight Tasmanian Devil on them.
Yep, and it's, fireball level of bludgeoning damage at 8d6.
Yeah, all right. No, it is one target.
It is one target. But you're really trying to mess that guy up.
Yeah, all right. Whew, moving on, we have Imbue Projectile for 14 ferocity. As an action, you can make a ranged weapon attack. Whether or not the attack hits, a wave of energy explodes from the weapon or ammunition used in the attack, centered on your target. Each creature within 20 feet of the target, including the target and excluding your companion, important key part on there, must make a dex saving throw, taking 10d6 force damage on a failed save or half as much on a success. Mm. I like saves that are not all or nothing saves.
Yes.
That's helpful.
Yes.
And then moving on, only 2 left on here. We have Rend for 12 ferocity. As an action, choose a creature you can see within 5 feet of you and your companion. That is going to be a setup move right there, just a little asterisk on there. Uh-huh. You can make a melee weapon attack against the target, and your companion makes a signature attack against the target. No actions required. If you both hit and deal damage to the target is knocked prone and takes an additional 6d6 damage of a type dealt by either attack. So you both get a free attack.
Yep.
And they get knocked prone.
Yep.
And they take extra 66.
Yeah, and if
you've got one of those, your actions with advantage,
right,
to attack them.
Yeah, exactly. And it does specify damage type of choice. So if the companion you're using does acid damage or poison damage or fire damage, you can actually choose that as opposed to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage.
Awesome. And then lastly, we have Spirit Form.
Then there's this.
This is one of the things that I always am like,
Are we sure about
this? Spirit Form, 14 ferocity. As a bonus action, you make you and your companion incorporeal until the end of your next turn. While incorporeal, you have each resistance to acid, cold, fire, lightning, and thunder damage, and to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks. I'm not sure about the wording of that, but Okay, you're immune to a lot of stuff. While incorporeal...
Resistance. Resistance.
Sorry.
I was going to say, immune to all those...
Yeah,
what are we?
While incorporeal, you and your companion each gain a flying speed equal to your individual walking speed, and you each can move through other creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain. Either of you takes 5, which is an average, of 1d10 force damage if you end your turn inside an object. The one thing I always have to ask or comment on whenever these things happen, I will take 1d10 force damage without being shunted any day of the week. Because you can just attack and then go into terrain. Mm-hmm. You're going to take 5 damage, which is probably going to be much less than a creature's going to hit you for, I would imagine.
But this is only for...
Level 17.
It's only for one turn too, yeah?
Yeah, until the end of your next turn.
Yeah.
So, well, until the end of your next turn.
Yes.
So you get 1 turn of, like, immunity, basically, while you're in the ground.
Yes.
There's some gray area, of course, like, if your DM lets them, like, stab a spear into the dirt or something, like, where you are, okay, sure.
Depends on how smart they are, maybe.
Right. Yeah. So, but the whole, like, incorporeal thing, going into walls and stuff, or through walls.
And be able to stay in there.
Yeah, that's where it gets a little sketchy.
Yeah.
So that can get real sketchy real fast, though it is a level 17 ability, and it costs 14 ferocity.
Yeah, you're not doing that every turn. Like, again, as a...
And it's just for 1 turn.
Yeah, as a quick reminder, you get 1d4 plus the number of hostile creatures around your companion in ferocity every turn, at base.
At base, yeah. You do get plus 5 eventually. At level 17, you'll have the plus 5. So you're getting like 7 or 8 ferocity a turn, which is okay. You'll be able to, but you're going to be spending stuff.
Yeah.
So you could do it almost every turn. You could do it like every other turn.
Yeah, every 2 to 3 turns, depending on how well you're rolling.
But if you're really trying to be really
but if you're doing that, you're not doing any of the extra damages, knockback prones, and things like that.
It's like full turtle mode, basically.
Yeah.
You go defensive.
Yeah.
So you have that option. Which
maybe if you're really low on health and you don't need spellcasters are low on spell slots, you're like, I'm gonna go out there do my thing, and then
good luck, guys. We're chilling. So, all right, that is it. We got 21 primal exploit options. Yep. So lots of utility, lots of options on here. If you haven't watched the companion video, that's going to help you understand a little bit more about the ferocity and stuff.
That one? Is it that one?
That one, probably.
That one.
And then once you watch that one, then we'll have another one, which is the overview.
Somewhere over there.
Which you probably watched before coming here because of how things were ordered and stuff. So, yeah. You kind of need to connect all of these together to really fully grasp this. If you're just watching this, it's not going to make a whole lot of sense.
And I will bring it up as we will in the other video as well, time and space.
Yes.
That if, for those of you that voted on the poll about us doing one big long video, that was our original intention. We was like, okay, that's what everybody wants to see. That everybody that voted said that's what they wanted. Problem. There are 21 primal exploits. There are 15 companions to discuss.
Yes.
And then there's the actual class itself.
Yeah.
So we didn't do that.
Yeah, and just as if you're watching this last of the 3 videos here, just a fun little sidebar here is our uncut raw footage of the companion video was 47 minutes long. So we're like, there's no way. If we did it all in one video, it'd be an hour and a half or 2 hour video.
Yeah, it might very well be that long.
But
so anyway,
yeah. So. And also, we'll have it all. We'll have them in a playlist. We'll have all the Beastheart stuff, like we have all the Illrigger stuff, in its own playlist.
Yes.
So you can just go, and it'll continue from one video to the next, all smooth and clean and everything. If you haven't already doing that, if you're not already doing that right now.
Yeah.
So,
because if so, you're
talking to future. It's past talking to future watchers. It's crazy.
We're not doing Chronergy Wizard right now. Why are we discussing all this time?
Interstellar right now. Anyways, that's all for today, guys. Okay. Lots of options. You get your invocations for your Beastheart. So, let us know your thoughts down below on this class and everything. This should be the 3rd and final part of the Beastheart. Let us know your thoughts. If you want to play one, if you don't want to play one, why is it so complicated? Why are there so many things happening? Why do you have enough pieces of paper to keep track of everything going on?
Why does Matt Colville really likes to make things complicated and use all these fun words?
So, yes, let us know down below. Thank you again to our sponsors, Hit Point Press. Make sure you check them out. It helps us out. It helps them out.
And they have, and in all seriousness, if you look at any of their stuff, if you've seen some of the videos we've done about their stuff,
yeah, for sure,
everything is of high quality. It looks amazing, it looks like something that Wizards of the Coast themselves would have put out, and not just somebody else that's kind of an up and coming kind of thing, and have really kind of stamped the foot as like, hey, look, we're here. We do really good stuff too.
Yes. So please check the link down below. It lets them know that you're supporting us and supporting them, so they keep sponsoring our videos. So make sure you check that out, guys. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications so you know when all of our new videos are coming out. And as always, thanks for watching.